everyone, welcome to the Kingston Firehouse Theater YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about our predictions for the 2021 Golden Globes, which are coming up on February 28th.
Sunday.
Yes, and
on NBC.
NBC.
Unlike the Academy Awards, they have two different categories for Best Picture: drama and musical or comedy.
Right.
And the nominees for Best Motion Picture Drama are The Father.
Why do you keep looking as if there's something wrong? Everything is fine.
I think she tries to do the best she can for you, Anthony.
Everything will be all right. I promise you.
Mank.
Who do you think you are? You're nothing but a court jester. What I want to know is what you think of it.
It's a bit of a jumble, a collection of fragments that leap around in time like Mexican jumping beans.
Welcome to my mind, old sock.
Nomadland.
One of the things I love most about this life is that there's no final goodbye. I've met hundreds of people out here, and I don't ever say a final goodbye.
Promising Young Woman.
Every week, I go to a club. I act like I'm too drunk to stand. And every week, a nice guy comes over to see if I'm okay.
You okay?
You are so pretty.
The Trial of the Chicago 7.
We have to find some courage now.
How much is it worth to you? What's your price? To call off the revolution? My life.
So we can't really talk about The Father because neither of us have seen it and it's not out yet.
I love Anthony Hopkins, and
Me too.
From the descriptors, I'm almost afraid to watch it. I might relate to it too much.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What was your favorite movie? I want to just hear
Well,
your...
I haven't seen them all, although I didn't see Nomadland, but I've heard excellent things about it. Great subject matter, and Frances McDormand is one of my favorite actresses.
She's great.
But the Trial of the Chicago 7, Aaron Sorkin, really well performed, insightful, gets behind the story, because a lot of people did not know what was really going on. And I don't know if I should give it away, unless you know your history already. But some people were set up, and it really shows systemic racism, the power of those in power, controlling the national movement by Nixon and all, to keep the Vietnam War going, basically. And the dark humor within it too, and great performances.
Oh my God, yes.
It's a must-see.
Yeah. It was my favorite movie. I hope it wins. Very powerful performances. I felt like I learned a lot watching it, and then I was so interested in it that I went and did more research afterwards. I was watching YouTube videos of Abby Hoffman and Jerry Rubin and learning more about the riots and what happened. Just such a powerful movie.
Now, Promising Young Woman really impressed me as a work of art. I mean, just the whole color scheme. The subject matter, of course, is so dark, but relentless.
There's some humor in it.
Oh, it's throughout humor. Some people call it a comedy. I've read reviews.
Dark comedy.
Yeah, but it's not a comedy. I said that right at the end of the film to you when we watched it. That's not a comedy. Oh my goodness. And the sacrifices made to make a point.
Some of the twists, it was very, I wasn't expecting it. It was kind of, kept me on the edge of my seat, like ups and downs emotionally.
Yeah.
And I was super satisfied with Promising Young Woman.
Well, that's systemic racism, but this is systemic sexism to a high point of rape and everything.
Right.
And how she goes way out of her way to force people to acknowledge it, even though that she knows they know, but there's societal norms and the elite being allowed, forgiveness or whatever, and then she manipulates things to them to force them to acknowledge.
Right.
It's very, very powerful.
I definitely want Trial of Chicago 7 to win. It was, in my opinion, the best movie of the year. And if not that, then Promising Young Woman. But I actually think it's going to go to Nomadland because of the authenticity. The theme of loss, it hits really hard.
Well, it's very topical to today, of course.
Yeah.
Which really goes around the 2007-8 downturn in our economy and how forced so many people out of work. And there's a whole world out there of people that are living on, you know, getting by, moving around,
right,
living out of their vans. They exist. They still exist. I'm going to agree with you that No Man's Land has the best, likeliest winner, but my wish is it's almost a tie for Trial of Chicago 7, but I'm going to lean towards Promising Young Woman because it's more out there. It's more attempted, broadening films art. I really liked it.
Cool. You know, I think there's some movies that weren't nominated that I was surprised. Like One Night in Miami wasn't nominated.
Oh, yeah. Great film.
I almost feel like the black movies that were kind of getting snubbed with the Golden Globes a little bit. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom isn't on there. Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, yeah.
Why would Regina King be nominated for Best Director, but it's not nominated for Best Picture? Those tend to go hand in hand, right?
Generally, yes.
So I was surprised that One Night in Miami isn't nominated, but
well, I guess
I think it deserves to be in there.
The Hollywood foreign press is not being as leaned on as the Academy Awards are now because they've taken a lot of heat for not recognizing black talent, both in filmmaking and in acting. I mean, historic until the last few years, actually. I don't know why that is, because you'd think they'd be ahead of the game.
Right.
The nominees for Best Picture, Musical or Comedy are Borat, subsequent movie film.
14 years ago, I released a movie film which brought great shame to Kazakhstan. But now I was instructed to return to Yankee Land to carry out secret mission.
Hamilton.
The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter.
Music. Palm Springs.
Today, tomorrow, it's all the same.
You! What is going on? Hey, get out of the water!
Guess you followed me. It's one of those infinite time loop situations you might have heard about.
That I might have heard about?
Yeah.
The Prom.
Okay, well, let's give this girl a prom!
In the end, there will be a kick-ass prom.
You haven't seen all these movies either, have you?
No, I only saw 2 of them, and one of them is not a movie. I saw Hamilton, which should have an asterisk next to it,
right?
And Palm Springs, and that was on your recommendation.
Yeah, Palm Springs was really, really funny.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons,
great performance. Short, small, but powerful, and he's a funny guy.
That movie just had me laughing the whole time. I was rolling.
It's Groundhog Day of sorts for the younger generation. It's above average film. I'm impressed that it was nominated because of course it is comedy musical, which is good for them, and it's maybe the funniest one on this list. Although Borat, you might.
In my opinion, I think Borat's going to win.
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel, but I think Sacha Baron Cohen is a genius, and I'm surprised that Hamilton is on here because it's a filmed stage production.
It is by far the best filmed stage production I have ever seen. You know, they're doing multi-cameras. They didn't just pick a night and go film it. They really set that out there, and it's a remarkably well done. Yeah. I don't know how many times you've seen it. I've seen
at least 3 times. I've seen it twice here in the theater.
Yeah, it plays great on the big screen, doesn't it? It's like going to the Broadway.
Totally. The performances are, it gives me goosebumps, some of the songs.
Oh.
George Washington, Aaron Burr. There's just, it's incredible.
What about King George?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's
if
funny,
you haven't seen
too.
Hamilton, it's on Disney.
Disney Plus.
Yeah. It is so worthy.
I think it's already won a bunch of awards, though. I mean, didn't it win Tonys?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's a forever musical. It's up there with Oklahoma and stuff now.
I don't know if it should be included in this list.
Right.
But I probably like it the most out of all of these movies.
I actually liked Hamilton a lot, too. I mean, it is the storyline, the production of the musical, and it's truly one of the great musicals of the 21st century.
For this category, it's either Borat or Hamilton. Although I'd be...
Dark Horse, Palm Springs?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's somewhat juvenile in places, you know.
Andy Samberg.
But boy, there's whole monologues about loneliness, and people need to be with other people. And you have to put up with some stuff to do that. I can guarantee you that one. I mean, people put up with me.
Yeah, it's not all shtick and poop jokes. There's depth to it.
There's a lot of depth to it, and it is hilarious. And then that time travel thing, to keep going through the same day, basically, like Groundhog Day, but other people are with you.
Yeah.
And they may not want to be.
And you can bring people in.
Well, I'd be careful. Yeah, it's worthy of viewing. It's not a kid's film.
A fun movie.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I agree. Hamilton's probably going to win. And if it were an actual movie, I think it deserves to win. But it's not.
The nominees for Best Director of a Motion Picture are Emerald Fennell, Promising Young Woman; David Fincher, Mank;
Are you familiar with the parable of the organ grinder's monkey?
Regina King, One Night in Miami;
But we are fighting for our lives.
You know I know what's going on out there, right?
Aaron Sorkin, The Trial of the Chicago 7;
All right.
No words until it's all there.
Chloe Zhao, Nomadland;
And I can be certain in my heart I'll see you again.
You know, when people ask me how I choose my favorite films and stuff, I don't go by the actors in it. I go by who directed it. Always have. And I think if more people did that, they might broaden their tastes and find more connections. Because directors will do completely different kinds of films, but still have that ability to tell that story in a manner that affects you. So director matters. Oh, I like them all. May the best one win. I'm going to guess that it's going to be Nomadland, and if any of the others, I certainly a tip of the hat, but I really lean towards, Chicago 7, Aaron Sorkin. I think it was his first attempt, and he pulled it off in spades. Or Promising Young Woman, with the extra power behind the humor and the darkness. What do you pick?
Yeah, I'm picking Trial of Chicago 7 as my front runner. That's what I would choose, but I also think that Nomadland is probably going to clinch it. Best Picture and director, like I said, go hand in hand.
Yeah, agreed.
The nominees for Best Actor in a Drama are Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal;
I need you to wait for me, okay? You're it for me, Lou. You're my part. You're it for me, okay? You gotta wait for me.
Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom;
You don't know nothing about what kind of blood I got, what kind of heart I got beat here. Come on!
Anthony Hopkins, The Father;
I'm not leaving my flat! I am not leaving my flat! This really is my flat.
Gary Oldman, Mank;
Of course it is. It's not her. Not all characters are headliners. Some are secondary.
Tahir Rahim, The Mauritanian;
You asked me to set fire to this place, but I'm still standing.
I have not seen all.
I've only seen one. And it's Gary Oldman and Mank, and he was awesome.
I like Gary Oldman. I do think he's a good actor, but Chadwick Boseman was incredible in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
He's probably the most likely to win, too, because posthumous.
Yeah, exactly.
And he really was a
he died way before his time. He had a lot of potential. I haven't seen The Father, but I've heard that some people are saying that Anthony Hopkins is going to win.
God, he's got to be 80-something.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's no slouch. He's a true Shakespearean background, you know.
Yeah.
Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts.
So you can't really say. The only thing you've seen is
Oldman and Mank, which that was a tour de force performance. You know, that scene around the table where he really tells them all off.
When he's drunk? Well, he's drunk in it.
It took 3.5 days to film that scene.
Pukes.
Yeah. I'm sure it was in the script. Yeah, he's incredible.
The nominees for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy are Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat subsequent movie film.
I feel bad because I was the one who put the baby in her. Did you ever put one in your daughter?
James Corden, The Prom.
Okay, well, let's give this girl a prom!
Lin-Manuel Miranda, Hamilton. Dev Patel, The Personal History of David Copperfield.
Whether I turn out to be the hero of my own story, or whether that station will be held by anybody else, these moments must show.
Andy Samberg, Palm Springs.
Stop! There's a bomb in the cake. Don't worry, I used to be a bomb guy. Stand back!
And Andy Samberg? For Palm Springs? I'm sorry. Okay. Well, that made me laugh. Okay. He's more of like a, a Saturday Night Live presence. I wouldn't call him an in-depth actor.
I love Sacha Baron Cohen, and I think it's his time. I hope he wins. If he doesn't win, then that's I'll say Sacha Baron Cohen is my choice, but I think it's going to go to Lin-Manuel Miranda.
For Hamilton?
Yeah.
Well, they're both worthy, and I'm going for Andy Samberg. Okay. No, I don't. I'm kidding. I think it's going to go to Miranda for Hamilton.
The nominees for Best Actress in a Drama are Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
They don't care nothing about me. All they want is my voice.
Andra Day, The United States versus Billie Holiday.
Which one of my songs is your favorite song?
Strange Fruit.
It's a song about important things, things that are going on in the country.
Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman.
I am facing this. I am facing it. I am facing this.
Frances McDormand, Nomadland.
What's remembered lives. I maybe spent too much of my life just remembering.
Carrie Mulligan, Promising Young Woman.
What are you doing?
It's okay, you're safe.
What are you doing? Hey, I said, what are you doing?
Who do you think's going to win, and who do you think deserves to win?
My choice would be Viola Davis for Ma Rainey, but I think it's going to be Frances McDormand for Nomadland.
Okay, I think it's going to be Frances McDormand too, although Viola Davis is up there and could knock off Frances for it. But I'm going for Carrie Mulligan. And you see, I'm leaning towards that Promising Young Woman.
Yeah,
I was just so
it's a good movie.
Affected by that film, intrigued. I like some original stuff, and it's one of the more original. It really blew me away.
Me too.
The power of the message.
Yeah.
And I mean, it forces it down your throat, and I think it needs to be done. As a matter of fact, I know some guys are going to refuse to watch that movie. They need to be tied down with their eyes held open, watching the screen, but not going to happen.
Yeah. It's satisfying. You see those stories about men or your college-age kids raping women and stuff, and then getting away with it. Like, they have their whole life ahead of them. We don't want them. It's like, what about the girl? What about the woman?
Oh, yeah. And the lifelong mark it puts on them.
The nominees for Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy are Maria Bakalova, Barat subsequent movie film.
I want this one with the baby on it. I have a baby inside me.
Kate Hudson, music.
I can hardly take care of myself.
Come on, this is your responsibility. Grow up.
Hey, music?
I'm your sister.
All she's got now is you.
Michelle Pfeiffer, French Exit.
My plan was to die before the money ran out, but I kept and keep not dying, and here I am.
Rosamund Pike, I Care a Lot.
You have to come with me. And remember, I'm here to help.
My name is Marla Grayson.
I'm just someone who cares.
Anya Taylor-Joy, Emma.
Emma.
Probably no father's gentleman and a gentleman of relation.
I really like Anya Taylor-Joy. I don't think she's going to win for
Emma.
For
I
Emma,
think we're gonna forget
but
about
she's
that, though.
also nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Limited Series for The Queen's Gambit.
Oh, yeah.
Which we're not going to talk too much about television, but I think The Queen's Gambit is going to take that,
Yeah.
and she's going to win for that.
Yeah,
show.
true. You don't even know that's the same person. Those two performances.
Yeah,
Incredible.
she's great. I think Maria Bakalova for Borat
should win it,
or will. I think both. She should and is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's powerful. All right. And it might be one of the most seen. Because, Borat when it came out because of the Giuliani thing, and also
it's also on Amazon Prime. So.
Right, and the it's a sequel to a very popular film. Yeah.
The nominees for Best Actor in a Supporting Role are Sacha Baron Cohen, The Trial of the Chicago 7.
These defendants had a plan, and the plan was to incite a riot.
I call this portion of the trial with friends like these.
Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah.
You can murder a liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder a revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom.
Jared Leto, The Little Things.
How's the trunk space?
Bill Murray, On the Rocks.
Sure, it's nature. Males are forced to fight, to dominate, and to impregnate all females.
Leslie Odom Jr., One Night in Miami.
You know I know what's going on out there, right?
Listen. Daniel Kaluuya in Judas and the Black Messiah was really good. I really liked him in Get Out. He's a British actor, and you can't tell because he definitely changes his voice, his mannerisms. He's pretty good.
I've only seen One Night in Miami and The Trial of Chicago 7, and Cohen plays Abby Hoffman, and he's wonderful.
He's awesome.
He's funny, poignant, believable, and brilliant. And then, of course, Leslie Odom Jr. in One Night in Miami, he plays Sam Cooke.
I'm a huge Leslie Odom Jr. fan.
Well, he also writes the final song during
which
the
is
credits.
nominated for Best Song.
And it's a great song.
Yeah, that's
and boy,
Speak Now.
Okay,
Leslie
Sam
Odom
Cooke
Jr.
is one of the great voices.
Yeah.
Okay, Leslie Odom Jr. holds a candle to that guy. I mean, he's what a future. He's still a fairly young man, I think.
Yeah, it might be late 30s, maybe.
If that, yeah. And what a performance. I'm gonna think that Sacha Baron Cohen, he's probably due, and he's also the Borat guy. And when you watch those two performances, you don't know it's the same guy.
Right.
At all.
No.
I mean, that's great acting.
Yeah.
Great acting.
It'd be cool to see Sacha Baron Cohen win Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor because he's nominated in both categories.
Yeah, and he's got a legitimate shot.
He does have a legitimate shot. I'd like to see him win for Best Actor for Borat, and Leslie Odom Jr. win for Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of Sam Cooke.
Well,
I thought Leslie Odom Jr. was phenomenal.
Well, it would sure add some well-deserved light on One Night in Miami. I mean, it's a great film, and it should have been nominated for more. And he is one of the strong parts in it. It's all strong. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I'd like to see Leslie Odom Jr. win too.
The nominees for Best Actress in a Supporting Role are Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy.
You've always got a reason. It's always someone else's fault. Some point, you're gonna have to take responsibility, or someone else is gonna have to step in.
Olivia Colman, The Father.
Everything will sort itself out. Saw it in his eyes, didn't know who I was. It was like I was a stranger to him. Just did something to me.
Jodie Foster, The Mauritanian.
My client, he's not a suspect. He's a witness.
Amanda Seyfried, Mank.
Take yourself to home, Mr. Mankiewicz, or shall I call you Herman?
Please, call me Mank.
Help! Someone save me!
Helena Zengel, News of the World.
Hoss! Captain!
Did you see Hillbilly?
I haven't. I've seen a preview for it, and Glenn Close really transforms. No, she's kind of like a method actor. She gets into it. No, I think I saw something with Amy Adams, who's also in that, and she's talking about how she was on set, and she's like, "Who's that woman over there smoking a cigarette? Like this weird person." It's like, "Oh, it's Glenn Close." She's just in character the whole time.
Yeah. Well, that's based on a book, and Amanda Seyfried. That's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I think
for
so.
Mank. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
And she just gets stronger in everything she does. And she's done some pretty light stuff.
Yeah, wasn't she in Mean Girls as like the ditz?
The ditzy blonde. I'm glad to see that she's nominated.
Is she your front runner?
In black and white, her performance comes through anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Did you see News of the World?
I have not. I've only
Helena
seen
Zengel, I think.
Well, she's a little young German actress, I believe.
She's really good in it.
She's really good, and I listened to an interview by Paul Greengrass about her, and thinking, well, she's probably going to be okay. You got Tom Hanks. She held her own with that man. Yeah. Was she 12?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. So it's cool that she got a nomination.
I actually think she has a good chance of winning.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a well-known film, which isn't getting a lot of nominations.
I think it's between her and Amanda Seyfried.
That would be very cool for Mank to get something.
The nominees for Best Animated Feature are The Croods: A New Age.
Today is a good day to die!
Hey everyone, you'll never guess what I found out!
Sorry, honey. We thought you were a predator trying to kill us.
No, never apologize for an effective kill circle.
Onward.
No way! It's a wizard staff. Dad was a wizard!
What? Your dad was an accountant.
This spell brings him back. For one whole day, Dad will be back!
What?
Over the Moon.
In my rescue to the moon.
Soul.
I did it! I got the gig!
Must have been sudden for you.
Wow! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Help! I'm not done! Oh my goodness!
Wolfwalkers.
You have to leave. No way! I scared him off.
I think I've actually seen all of these movies.
You know you have. I've seen.
I have a 5-year-old at home who loves cartoons. So.
I've seen 2 of them and almost saw Wolfwalkers because you played it here. Yeah, you like that. It was Irish.
Yeah, it's by the same writer and director, I think, as The Secret of Kells and The Song in the Sea.
Yeah, I've seen Secret
Seems
of
to be
Kells.
a theme of shape-shifting and Irish folklore.
Yes, and it's hand-drawn.
Yeah, well, the artistry of it, it's unique.
Secret of Kells is one of my favorite films of past animation. Of the 2 films I saw, Soul, we played it here on the big screen privately, and then Onward was the last movie I showed in this theater. Then we were, forced to close. It is a very good film.
Yeah.
And Soul, which is quite different.
Yeah, very different.
The music.
There's the theme of what, like your purpose or finding what your spark is in life.
What your real purpose is.
But
it may not be what you think it is.
It's beyond purpose, though. Like, it's about the little moments that make life worth living.
Right.
I think Soul is probably the front runner to win. But I would really like to see Wolfwalkers win. It's
people
so
have to see that
beautiful.
film.
It's unique in its artistry, like I was saying. You see smell, you know, and the music to it, the story, the characters, the stakes are really high. And yeah, it's just really beautiful film. I think everyone should see Wolfwalkers.
And your 5-year-old watched it twice?
I've seen it twice. I watched it with him, and he loved it. He still asks to watch it.
Yeah, well, that's a
for
good
all
sign.
ages. It's for all ages. Highly recommend.
Well, I'm going to agree that Soul is probably the likely winner, and Pixar usually does pick up the prize for this stuff. But I really liked Onward.
Which is also Pixar.
I know. It was an above average film. I related to it. I got 4 brothers.
I think that's all.
I'm good.
Cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe to Kingston Firehouse Theater on YouTube. What do you want to see next? Do you want to see us talk about a movie? What's your favorite movie? We could do a review on that. So leave us a comment.
And if nothing else, I hope we've motivated you to see some of these films. And if you can see them on a big screen, please do.